Oh yeah, these NPC, Celica Clayton. We have a breaking news report detailing the disappearance of a popular foreign idol, Chloe Aaron. It was 1 year ago that she left her home to do a live taping of a local variety show, but she has not been seen since. Investigators have been working with both local and national law enforcement, but she is yet to be found. Her close friends and collaborators have claimed that she took her job very seriously and that she would never abandon her career. At the time of her disappearance, Chloe was considered to be the height of her popularity, leading some to believe foul play was involved. It's still the top trending news article for the Aggles newsfeed. This Celica Clayton looks just like this missing foreign idol. Wait, no. She doesn't just look like. They're identical. In the concept documents, Celica's NPC model looks completely different. It's just like Clea, who looks like Detective Izumi's daughter, Cade. 2 examples is more than a coincidence, it's valid proof maybe those NPCs aren't AI. In fact, I believe they're humans that went missing in the real world inhabiting these NPC characters. Simply put, they're just like Sheena. What if, just like Sheena, these people were put into the game somehow and awoke, not as playable characters, but as non-playable ones? It would explain how these NPCs are so expressive and lifelike. Not only that, games with the Alice engine require players to scan themselves with the right rabbit headset to import their avatar. If your avatar can render your exact appearance in the game, then it would align with my theory. But at the end of the day, it's just a hypothesis. If I were to try telling them about this and ended up breaking some functionality of the game, it could prevent the ending engage. I'll have to continue observing the other NPCs, watching carefully until I've gathered enough evidence. I need to watch Lily, Al and the other NPC girls as closely as I can to get a read on their true colours. If I can prove that Claire is in fact Detective Izumi's missing daughter, then maybe he'd be able to use his authority as a detective to launch an investigation, thereby giving us a chance to find the missing girls. That man is someone I want on my side, intimidating as he may be. I felt it in my gut. Hey Munakata. Huh? That's Munakata? I told him that it was dangerous to come here, so I told him to stay at a hotel. Why the hell did he come back? I know! Huh? I know! I can see it on your eyes. Arda, I'm happy that you're worried about me, but I'm a man too. I, Nelson Munakata, can't just meander inside of a hotel in safety while you bust your ass. That's why I came back. Oh, so I didn't give you enough money. I paid you enough to cover a month's rent to use your office. No, I can't accept that. Sure, I might have spent your money already, but my heart's in the right place. Please, just let me stay here with you. I don't know what to say. I don't want to force the subject. Why don't I just get going then? No, I can't let that happen. If people are after you, then you can't stay at some joint like an internet cafe. Stay here, you must. And I have to be here. Okay, just be careful, would you? Hey, Munakata, have you been able to do any digging on Abel yet? Sorry, not yet. Yeah, very helpful, Munakata. Glad you're with us. Shame it couldn't be Tokiwa or Lydia or Rin, you know, people who have actually been helpful so far. But that being said, welcome back to part 17 of Death End Request, where today we'll be exploring the Sanatheus Temple in its entirety. But first, let's talk to Sheena. Is something wrong, Mizunashi? Where'd that come from? I don't recall acting in any way that would seem worrisome. Well, it just seems like you've been acting a bit strange. There Sheena goes. She's got this insane knack for seeing right through people. I told you, nothing's wrong. That's not true at all. I might look different, but I've been working with you long enough to know when something's up. How could I possibly worry Sheena more? Okay, fine then, I'll speak first. Huh? I've been putting the pieces together, and it got me thinking. I feel like it won't be a simple task to get my mind out of this world. There has to be more to it. What makes you say that? I can't put my finger on it, but it won't be the kind of situation where all we need is a business card to exchange pleasantries. Call it a hunch, but I feel like there has to be some kind of larger conspiracy at play. It feels hard to pin down any experience other than playing this game. I know it's related to the memory of the past self, but I just can't recall. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just babbling again, haven't I? I really messed things up. Basically, what I want to say is, relax a little bit, Senpai. Please don't bottle up all your feelings. We're partners, right? I want us to tackle what's stressing you out as a team. You're so... Imagine a cold sensation on your neck. I'm touching a soft drink to your neck. Your turn. Brr, that's freezing, Sheena. Your turn. She's trying her best not to let her anxiety get the better of her, but here she is, cheering up her friend. Okay, thanks. I still think you're worrying too much, though. I mean, I take care of myself when I can, so I don't think I'm being as negligent to my health as you might expect. If push comes to shove, I might just have to leave you behind and run for it myself. That's so... I know you. You'd never do that. Who knows? Anyway, we should get back to the rest of the group. I guess I can let you off the hook for today, since we had a breakthrough and all. From now on, though, promise me that you won't put too much pressure on yourself. Here, swear on it. You're making me pinky swear? Come on, we aren't kids. Mizunashi? Okay, here, I promise. Ah. I hope Sheena's still like that in the sequel. She looks so serious in what we've seen. Like, I hope that she's still got that really naive, childish side to her. I've been waiting. I was worried that you'd ignore me during such a pivotal moment. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I had a twin sister who had separated me from birth. Am I understanding the situation correctly? No, you're DLC. No, you see, I couldn't give a damn about the other me. All that matters is that with every swing of her sword, she revels in the death that soon follows. Upon seeing myself in person, I realised this is who I truly am. Myself and the other one, who is the real me. The answer eludes me. I'm sorry, maybe I should think before I speak. Oh, you talk to her again. Oh, good day. I can tell by how often you approach me that you're quite interested. However, is it me? Or the me over there?
What shall I do?
That is the question. Yes, for me. It isn't nice for me to be the only one who's being watched, so maybe one day I could visit you. What we'll do then when that day comes, beats me. I'll leave it up to your imagination. Oh, that's, let's run away, Arita. Let's get out of here. But now I've swapped over to Celica.
Let's do this.
So I can enjoy the fact that she is ridiculously powerful, as we get the last Tale of Triumph quest in the game. After this point, the only side quests you're going to get outside of Tale of Triumph are the Collectathon, which, as of this moment, all the Collectathon quests will have been available to you. But now let's show off what Celica is, because Celica is how to break the game. Because Hone Power and well, we don't have enough SP for 2 Astraleagues, but Hone Power and 2 Astraleagues kills most things. Because Hone Power boosts your physical attack, right? And then look at this. Look at it. The amount of damage that Celica can just rip out raw is through the roof. It's ridiculous. And the fact that she starts with Hone Power so she can boost her attack, and that attack boost lasts between fights, by the way. So she'll start the next fight still having a boost on her physical attack. Like, that's just like, what the hell, man?
Perfect.
And I'm keeping Lucille with us as well, just for variety. You've got a physical attacker, a magic attacker, and then someone in the middle, that being Sheena. Since, as I said at the start, Sheena's the only one I want to be as a consistent, since she's the main character. Same as if I ever do Dragonstar, I'll probably have Zephy be player 1 no matter what.
Thanks.
But I want to be more experimental with my team when I get the Dragonstar Varnic, because I kind of just got a team and stuck with it when I first played that game. And I kind of want to try and break from that on my second playthrough. More just because Charlotte is such a fun character that I want her in the party more. One thing at a time. Dragonstar won't be for a while yet. After I've done this game, as much as I want to do Dragonstar, because I love that game, I think I'd start burning out if I did yet another turn-based JRPG that was pretty visual novel-esque. Like, I want to play other stuff, I want to do other stuff for the channel as well, and then come back to it. But I am quite, as you've probably noticed, that's why I've done 3 of them now, I have become far more comfortable with doing long projects, and so I do want to still do longer projects here and there. It's just maybe not all visual novel JRPGs. But I say that like for some people they'd say we're approaching a very busy time of year right now, but for me we're approaching a very quiet time of the year. So my only real focus is trying to collect some of the games that I missed because I was too busy getting excited for other stuff throughout the year, starting with Bloodstained, which came out around the same time as Dragonstar. So I want to get that at some point. I want to get AI the Somnium Files, because that game looks very interesting. And I want to get, and I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but the Altair Riser, that game that's coming out in like a week or so, because that looks so fun. It looks like such a fun, easy, refreshing JRPG that I want to give it a go. I just hope that none of them have scenes blocked, because that always upsets me a little. Like, I'll be playing a game and I'm like, oh wow, this is Let's Play material, and then it'll block a cutscene, and I'm like, you bastards. Like, the only time where I've had to actually deal with it was Final Fantasy 15, because the credits that they actually play in game is a blocked cutscene because it plays copyrighted music. So I just used the menu credits instead, since the menu credits aren't copyrighted, and edited it over, and it worked fine, thankfully. But it's like, so I was like, when I was playing Yakuza 0, I've really enjoyed Yakuza 0. You might have noticed by how many videos I did on 0 compared to Kiwami. But I really enjoyed Zero, so I was playing it a lot. I was like, yeah, I'll let's play this. The moment you enter the final acts of the game, it blocks all of it. You can't record any of the last acts. And I was like, well, thanks guys. Also, this wall over here we can't interact with yet because we need to actually go downstairs. There's an underground floor that has stuff going on, and when you find an item in there, that item will give Arata a new thing to do, and that new thing to do will then open that path. So remember that for later, because if you forget it's there, that is a mistake I made on my first playthrough. I forgot it was there and then just didn't come back to check, and ended up getting a little lost. Was like, where the hell am I supposed to go, kind of thing. Yeah, but the damage that Sheena's doing compared to the damage everyone else is doing is night and day. Well, I say everyone else. The damage that Celica's doing compared to the damage everyone else is doing is what I meant.
Perfect.
Because the beauty of like the only real beauty that we've got for still having Sheena around is that the skill that you always see me spam, like Ruko-Dian, I think it's called, has a high chance of poison. Also, you're watching me here try and get new skills. Like I'm trying to teach Lucille new skills. I nearly called her Lily then. That's why I had to stop myself for a second. But yeah, the damage that Celica just throws out. Expect to see Celica on the windscreen of a lot of fights. Because she's just... It's kind of funny how ridiculous she really is. But just putting it out there for those following along, and it is slight spoilers, but it's not too bad. This is the last brand new area we're going to be exploring for quite a few chapters. After this dungeon, we'll be revisiting previous areas for new reasons, as I've been alluding to for the whole time. But there's a lot of places where I said, oh, but remember that for later because we'll be coming back here. There's still new locations we've yet to visit, but it's just for a good while after this we'll be returning to old locations for, well, mostly padding to be honest, but it's for a good reason. Also, this area, this down here area, it's less of a, like, it's not a maze. Every block has an enemy in it, and they drop good experience down here, so it is worth fighting them, and most of them have an item down here as well, so it's worth having a look around. But this place does get repetitive. This floor gets real dull very quick. But there's a new enemy in here as well, so we got to keep that fighting. But yeah, it was not just like Yakuza, going back on my previous topic, it wasn't just like Yakuza, because Kiwami does it as well, and I imagine Kiwami 2 when they get near the end will do it as well, but it just blocks the end piece. But it was like Tales of Berseria. Why is that whole game, minus the combat arenas, blocked for recording? You have no idea how much I want to record Tales of Berseria for this channel. I so love that game. I really fucking loved it. It's such an underrated Tales of title. Like, a lot of people like don't bother with the newer Tales of titles because they have, a lot of them since like the Symphonia and Zilla days have been kind of weak. But Berseria is such a like diamond in the rough. It's so good, and yet no one really talks about it. And it's like, I'd so love to record that. Like, I think that's probably my biggest request for the PS5. The PS5 still has a recording software, which I hope so, because otherwise this channel's fucked. But if it still has like recording softwares and whatnot, also this is for Lucille. Things that shouldn't be there, Lucille can interact with, like walls.
What's this?
But if they bring back sharing stuff for PS5, like being able to record and whatnot and having SHAREfactory, please, for the love of God, make it so any game through backwards compatibility has all its like cutscenes turned off. Well, like cutscene blockers turned off. So then I can finally record Tales of Berseria. I found a page out of an old book. This could be another reality object. It looks like something I'd give an astronomer, or like maybe something in alchemy. Reality object? What's that? It's one of just like the cool things that should only exist in the real world. Easy enough to remember. Wouldn't expect anything less from a programmer. Tokyo has said the same thing to me. Well, anyway, what is this thing? Perhaps a page from an ancient tome. Hard to tell what language these symbols are from. Greek, maybe? I can't read them. The impression I'm getting from these images on the page leads me to believe that the book could have been about alchemy. Alchemy? Is that the hokey field of study people thought they could use to materialise gold? Yes, not just gold, the Philosopher's Stone too. It's popular in fantasy literature. I love it. You're absolutely certain that you hadn't intentionally placed this in the game, right? Yes, I'm sure of it. Sheena. Sheena. Huh? Oh yes, what is it? You've been staring at the thing without a word. I was beginning to worry. Oh, sorry, I was just mesmerised by it. I wonder what these symbols mean. You can't read it either, Sheena? I've never seen these symbols before. Where could this book have come from? I haven't seen these before either. It doesn't look like an ogre or elven language. I can't read them either. The subject matter seems pretty dense. How odd. Previously, reality objects have had one thing in common, that they're usually left out in the open, places that make them easy to find. Alright, why don't we take this with us for now? As I always say, unsolved mysteries are on the path towards discovery. Chop chop. Wow, a classic Celica singer! That's why she's such a legend! Sure. Celica likes to throw out a bunch of one-liners, but I wouldn't call them Celica zingers like Al would. Some of them are good, some of them are... But anyway, what you're looking for in this dungeon are actually 4 keys. Because there's a big door that we've actually passed by near the camp that has 4 locks on it. To get one of these keys, you find the flag and you have a set encounter. You beat the set encounter. As I failed that miserably and triggered every single one going through the tunnel.
All good.
Kill the enemy on the other side and get the key. As I said, there's 4 of them. Once you get this one, you have the reality object so you can explore the rest of upstairs after doing Aris' side of the story as well.
Victory.
Although these enemies are kind of piss easy, because it's a scripted encounter, I will be showing them all. So there we got a goddess key. There's 3 more we need to get. There's also an item back here that I want to acquire, which is a wing bow. Better attack and better agility, which is good for Lily. As you can see, now we've got to work our way back through all this. I try and get all the loot whilst ignoring most of the enemies best I can, unless they're literally right there. And I know I won't stand a chance, because then I'll just press on. Or they've blocked the bloody door like that. They're just in the way. I think that guy's in the way as well. Yep. There, it just wasn't my day of trying to avoid encounters. One thing I'm going to mention though, now I'm looking right at it. One thing I adore about playing as Celica on the field is the physics of her cape. Well, it's her hair as well. Her hair's got a set physics as well, but I just love how her cape flows around as you're running around. It's like really well detailed. Like, kudos to the devs team for getting it so smooth. And keep in mind, when you're on dash, it doesn't, like, dash doesn't actually make the character run faster. It just speeds up the animation of the same jogging animation. So the fact that the cloth physics still respond to that as well as they do
Not bad.
is something worth worth noting, because look how it reacts to everything we do. The way it just flows and has a life of its own at every step. I love it. I love the amount of detail they put onto cloth physics, whilst it's still being elegant. Like, it's not like Bloodborne. Like, as much as I love Bloodborne, my god.
Gander at the goods on display.
And now I'll take the opportunity while we're at it to actually look through some of the new weapons we've got, since there are some new stuff here, including the Royal Buster for Celica. And it's not the best weapon that I'd really want to get for it. There's a weapon she'll get soon that boosts all of her stats marginally, and I end up keeping that for most of the adventure, because although you get stuff that boosts her broad attack better, because they don't boost everything, they only boost attack and leave everything else out to dry, I end up just keeping the one that boosts everything a bit better. Like, I'd rather
Made my choice.
round Celica a bit more, but this is where I buy the attack rings and kind of go a little haywire with her attack stat, because it's like, well, her attack stat's the highest, so might as well let it go haywire. But let's go talk to Nelso again. One page from an ancient tome. How the hell am I going to figure out what to search from this alone? Is that a new reality object? Yes, I bet you anything that the next keyword has disappears online when it related to this. You called them truth fragments, right? I recall you telling me that they contain strings of code that you use to fix World's Odyssey. Right. By the way, Arda, do you think this is something that you should get involved with? Like, do you think you could really fix everything? Huh? Maybe a more flexible approach is needed. Our goal is to guide Sheena in clearing the game and initiate the ending engage. You don't have to remove all the bugs. As long as you get her out, then you win. I think some things are better left unknown. I guess, but what if Sheena gets to the final boss and encounters a bug that completely stops her progression? What do you propose then? There are people who've died in this game. I've no room for failure. Even if it means trial and error, all I can do is try. Of course, yeah, right, I know. It's just that I didn't want you to feel like you have to shoulder the entirety of this burden on your own. I know, I can see you're just looking out for me. I'm just lashing out at you, aren't I? I'm so sorry, please forgive me. Don't worry, I'm going to try walking over to the Aggle's office once we know more. If they aren't going to answer my calls, then they'll just have to deal with us in person. Okay. Security there is pretty tight, so there's a chance we could get turned away at the gate. Oh, look, the news is starting. Good evening. Thank you for joining our evening broadcast. Our station has obtained more news on the cyber attacks occurring worldwide. Suspicions have intensified regarding the relationship between the attacks and the CEO of the software company known as Enigma. Werner Glock, the company's CEO, has been issued an arrest warrant on illegal charges of electromagnetic record recreation. What? Oh, come on! Really? That's bull! Additionally, some of their high-level employees have also been implicated, namely Arata Mizunagi, age 27, Sumika Tokiwa, age 25, Lydia Nolan, age 22, and Rin Asuka, age bullshit. No, she's not 30. There's no way she's 32. Have been named suspects. Suspects? I was shocked to see our CEO and Tokiwa issued arrest warrants, but seeing myself included on the suspect list was shocking. I felt sick to my stomach, a disorientating kind of dread one might feel when a foot misses a step in the dark. Furthermore, Japan's branch of AGL Inc. has issued a statement following the surrender of access records transmitted by Enigma. AGL? Huh? Yes? Mizunagi, is that you? Detective Izumi? What's going on? Mind telling me why you've got a warrant out for your arrest? You're asking me? I don't know what the protocol is for this. Our department hasn't even submitted the paperwork for the cast yet. All of a sudden this happens. These orders are coming from the top brass. No time was spared on formalities. This level of expedition is unprecedented, Mizunagi. Whoever you're opposing might be bigger than we could have ever imagined. Mr. Izumi, how have things escalated? Am I... Yeah, you're on our most wanted list. Don't get yourself arrested. If you end up in custody, the police won't show you any mercy. As of now, we can no longer be in contact. Later. Meaning I won't be able to ask for his help. Wait, there's one thing I need to tell you. It's about your missing daughter, Cade. What? There's a girl inside a World's Odyssey that I presume to be Cade. If I'm arrested, I want you to contact my colleagues and work with them to rescue Shiina Ninomiya and the rest of the players. Please save them. Entering the game requires players to be in full dive, which means I enter fully unconscious. I'm certain the game's running on AGL's server. They know exactly where everyone's bodies are being held. I can't tell you why or for what purpose, but these girls were abducted and forced to play this game. But someone has to save them, right? You don't know how to shut up. Damn it. Then what the hell am I supposed to do? I have no more allies. Hello, what about me? Can I trust you to stick by me? To the public, I've been branded as a criminal. Oh yeah, say, I don't recall them mentioning me having a warrant out for my arrest, huh? I need to leave this place, I can't cause you any more trouble. But with everything going on, are Tokiwa, Lydia and the others alright? I forced them out, but maybe that was all for nothing. Whoa, oh shit, if the cops already figured out where you are? Damn it, they can't have. Huh? Before I felt the tinge of panic from the locking of the front entrance. The door swung open, and from behind it appeared Lydia's face. Did you see the news, Arda? Lydia? Why did you come back here? I specifically told you not to come back. What was I supposed to do? I'm wanted. Right after Lydia, another face popped out from behind her shoulders. Tokiwa, not you too. Well, it appears as though there's nowhere else to run. Another small face appeared behind them. Lydia, Tokiwa, and Rin too. I couldn't figure out why all of them had huge smiles on their faces. Asukaze has returned. Until this debacle's over, I won't leave this place. What do you mean? Thank God there's a shower here. What? Munakata, you're not on the most wanted list, so go out and buy us some food. We can't go outside. Sure thing. Anyone want any beverages too? Tokiwa and the others seemed unfazed by the disheartening news that they were wanted. In fact, it only seemed to empower them. I scratched my head inquisitively, and Rin flashed a calm smile at me before whispering in my ears. Mizunagi, you don't have to fight alone. The CEO wanted me to tell you that. He did? Yes, he relayed the message to me that he will continue to remain in hiding while investigating AGL's affairs. In the meantime, it would be best for us to stick together and see this through to its end. We're on your side. Oh. Maybe I'd been too cocky. I couldn't do everything on my own. It was never my intention. I was being pulled by a sense of justice, a longing to discover the truth. Now, however, I realised the error of my ways. A mysterious enemy was looming ahead, beginning to chisel us down bit by bit. But Rin and the CEO were right. There were still people that I could lean back on. Hey, Arata, are you crying? Despite her youthful good looks, Rin is wiser than all of us combined. Must have struck a nerve, huh? Shut up. What next then? Now that you're wanted, we can't just waltz into AGL. They'll report you, followed by a nice speedy arrest. It's true that our current predicament has complicated our original plan, but why don't we just work together to devise a better one? So, what are you looking up, crybaby Arata? What's this? Some ancient text? Oh, is this straight up an alchemy book? What? Wait, how can you just tell by looking at it? Jeez, way to underestimate Miss Sumika, an avid 24/7 browser of Osakaza. Osakaza, an online forum where fans of occult discuss theories and conspiracies. Are you serious? You're trying to fight some occult entity without an expert on your side? You're dumb. Really, really dumb. Come on, let's hit the library. You want to find truth fragments, don't you? I've got a hunch of where the next one might be. Toku yanked me up, dragging me by the arm and pulled me outside. Hey, it's too dangerous to go outside. Well, we need disguises so the police won't recognize us. Here's a mask, a hat, sunglasses. Where did you find the time to prepare all of this stuff? I stopped by the discount shop with Lydia. What do you say? It comes in handy, right? You gotta trust us to help you more. Okay, fine. I started learning how to trust everyone more. If danger rears its ugly head, then I promise to do whatever it takes to keep my friends safe. I uttered this vow to myself internally. So if it's in Greek, it means it hasn't been translated yet, so it must mean it's in this section. Sagami Public Library, one of the biggest and most comprehensive libraries in the cities, its extensive history makes it a local landmark. Portions of the building had been recently renovated, which now include a reading area, cafe, public computers and an event space. For vicarious readers, the library is known colloquially as the oasis of the city. Normally I wouldn't have set foot inside of it, but Tokyo walked in as though she owned the place. Once we reached the right floor, we found a book titled Ancient Alchemy, Hermes Script. Alchemy, huh? I only know about it from what I've learned in anime. Does it really exist? Well, some people think it's nothing more than hocus pocus coined by con artists, and that changed iron into gold was an unproven hoax. But in actuality, it was this field that encouraged the practice of repetition and experimentation. If it was a scientific method, sometimes. The gist that one must consider metals like iron as a living organism in order to change it into gold. You must extract all of its impurities. Some occult schools thought collaborate alchemy was a valid practice. Really? You're telling me this isn't completely bogus then? Well, it's been historically practiced in secret, giving its heavy philosophical underpinning, so I don't blame you for your skepticism. Now, it's even more far out, but they said to be a sacred art that can materialize life from essentially nothing. There were secret societies that claimed that they could create God and use it to assume control of the world. Many copycat groups appeared too. Secret societies, huh? So the page you found inside the Odyssey, Arita. Here it is, look, it's identical. Does this mean it's an excerpt from the book? Hey, wait, this is... Huh? Inside the Hermes script, there was a sticky note. It was on a sentence that had been scribbled in pen. I squinted to read it. These letters, I think it's a true fragment. Yeah, no doubt about it. Isn't the first time we found them handwritten, though? But who would... Hey, wait a minute, the handwriting! Isn't it mine? Seriously? You're right, it's just as crappy and illegible as yours. What the hell are you doing? Are you okay? Fuck if I know, but but it has to be my handwriting. It's just I know for a fact I didn't write this. Judging by your hysterical reaction, I believe you. I've got my library card on me, so why don't we check out this book? Yes, let's. Alright, let's head back. I would know my own handwriting better than anyone else, so I could tell immediately. It felt gross, like the time I ran into my doppelganger and I saw the other self at the side glass. I felt my stomach curl. Whoever it was went ahead of me in the library, found the alchemy book and scribbled it inside, but who would do that? Hey, Tokyo, the sticky note is creepy, but I want to go back to what you mentioned about secret societies. Huh? Errors have stopped working on my cell phone. Huh? What does errors have to do with anything? The other day, Munikata went on the tirade, going on about a conspiracy theory that how Aggle's search engine are absorbing information. When I asked Erza about it offhand, the software started threatening me before cackling and shutting off. Are you for real? That's terrifying. The thing that's bothering me is, when it began threatening me, it asked, where is Iris? And yesterday, when those sick rabbit bastards abducted me, they told me they'd kill me if I refused to hand over Iris. Both of them mentioned Iris? Yeah, you know, Erza came bundled with any Aggle's mobile devices. Couldn't we say that these rabbit people connected? So Aggle and the Secret Society are in cahoots, huh? Creepy. What's this all about Alice then? Let's get together with everyone and figure out what our next plan of attack. If we figure out whatever Iris is, then there's a chance we can use it. Yeah, let's do this. Yes, the mystery deepens. Oh, we get to talk to Tokuwa yet again. Hey, there's something I've wanted to ask you. You want to ask me something? That's fair. When the two of us got hired, we started out in the same position, but you shot up way faster than me. Well, the two of us had different mentors, so that might have factored into it. If you say so. Anywho, what is it you wanted to ask? Oh yeah, you've studied ancient languages before, haven't you? I might have come across one or two in my time, yes. You see, I've been researching into my free time recently, but it's something I can't quite figure out. I can take a look, but what's with the sudden interest in ancient languages? CEO's orders. I see, so you got the assignment directly from the CEO, huh? Scoot over so I can see your monitor. Let's see, oh, this, huh? Let me use a keyboard, so this must mean... Oh, there she is, best girl. Oh, I see. Wait, how are you so fluent in ancient languages? They're dead for a reason, right? It's called a hobby, duh! Oh, got it. I bet you anything it's because of your weird obsession with the occult. Who asked you anyway? Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? Oh, well, if you ask for her to leave, you get a slightly different version of the artwork, but I'm not gonna be that mean. Crap, from this angle I can see Toku's cleavage. I'm just going to act natural and back up. Something wrong? Oh, nothing. Come closer then, doofus. If you're all the way back there, you can't see the screen, right? Right. You're still pretty far away. Do I smell or something? No, that wasn't it. Huh? Yes, I have no choice but to tell her. It was very visible. Your cleavage, I mean. What the hell are you even looking down there? I'm trying to teach you something, not show you a good time. Don't blame me, it's not like I wanted to look. Oh, what, so now you're too good for me? What do you want from me, woman? I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was you. You liar! Alright, well, now we've found out a bit more information on ancient languages and opened that door. Next time on Death and Request, we'll be exploring the rest of the Sinatheus Temple. But until then, you guys take care now.